Hello and welcome to another edition of the TCR Express. I am digital media editor Warren Frey, and with me, as always, I have
Staff writer Russell Hixson for the Journal of Commerce.
Halloween is over, and by the way, you really should check out our Halloween podcast, everyone. We're now in November, which is traditionally a very busy month for us. So, Russ, what's going on for you in this busy week of a busy month?
Yeah, I got a few things cooking on the stove here. I'm putting together some things that I've heard about a meeting with high-level government officials. I believe Harry Baines was there, the Attorney General for BC was there, about the Sam Fitzpatrick case. For those who don't know, Sam Fitzpatrick was a rock scaler and blaster who was killed on a site in BC due to a falling rock, and there's been efforts to prosecute Kaiwit, the company who ran the site, for his death. That went on for many, many years, and ultimately the Crown stayed the charges. They did not move ahead to trial. And a lot of people who are interested in the case, friends of the family, steel workers, and the Federation of Labor met, and they're trying to push the government to maybe take some action on this, maybe do some reforms and different things. So I'm getting some of the details on how that meeting went and what happened, and hopefully I'll have a story up by the time people are listening to this.
Awesome. That sounds very interesting. Okay, what else you got going?
Also, I'm doing a story on how BC's new Freedom of Information bill could affect the construction sector. It's called Bill 22. It would impose a fee on public records requests. And, obviously a lot of journalists are very upset about this. A lot of transparency advocates, open government advocates are very upset about it. But also the Independent Contractors and Businesses Association has signed a petition calling for this to be rethought, as well as the BC Construction Association. The construction industry in BC is impacted by this legislation, and it looks like some of the major groups are getting involved to oppose it. So I'm getting the skinny on how it impacts the construction sector and some of the efforts that are being made to oppose it.
Yeah, that'd be really. I know our reasons for wanting to. Both of us have had to look up court orders that are
Sure.
court declarations for $12 a pop, which seems ridiculous. It's a public document.
Right.
But I bet you there are other and just as equally valid reasons that the associations want this change, or not. I shouldn't be taking sides here, but I'll be interested to see what their reasons are. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the province is saying there's been a large increase in records requests. Vexatious requests that they say are clogging things up, taking a lot of time. So they're trying to prevent that. But then obviously opponents say this is just a play to limit transparency and make it more difficult to get information about what the government is up to.
Either way, that's going to be a fascinating back and forth to see.
Sure. Yeah.
And from the East, Daily Commercial News staff writer Angela Gismondi attended a session at the Canada Green Building Council's virtual conference, which featured Martin Singh. He's the team lead for Sustainability for Energy for the Centre Block Rehabilitation for Centris, which is a WSP and HOK joint venture. His presentation was on carbon neutrality and sustainability for Canada's iconic Parliament building. In his presentation, he discussed the Centre Block Rehabilitation Project, which includes site rehabilitation, conservation, restoration, and modernization, and the design and construction of a Parliament Welcome Centre. The session explored the sustainability vision for the Centre Block Rehabilitation, looking at existing conditions, the approach, methodology and analysis, key strategies, heritage implications, targets and objectives, and lessons learned. That's it for TCR Express this week. If you'd like to hear more of TCR Express or of the Construction Record podcast, including our aforementioned Halloween podcast, you can listen to us at Amazon Music, Apple Music, and Spotify, or on the Daily Commercial News and Journal of Commerce websites. Thanks for listening.